Welcome to Overwatch. Welcome to another episode of OneAmongstMany. Today, Overwatch League points out. That's not as good. That's not as good to bet. You can buy everyone skins. Buy everyone Justice skins. Welcome to Overwatch. Today, we're going to look at probably the biggest upset in probably Overwatch history. This was crazy because if you aren't aware, the Washington Justice, the Titans record. Oh, good timing. Thank you, Komratsky. That's very much appreciated. Very much appreciated indeed. So it's currently the Titans record, this is after this weekend, stands at 22-2 wins, losses. Right?
Welcome
it's
to Overwatch,
insane. Oh my god, speaking of insanity, that's going to play over and over and over again in my intro. I'm going to mute it. Well, I very much appreciate it. I think if I do... Can I mute that?
To Overwatch,
no, I can't. That's just going to play. Oh no! It's very appreciated though. Thank you so much for doing that. That is extremely generous. I'm going to do that and save myself some trouble. Is that going to work?
Welcome to Overwatch, Monster.
No, it isn't. No, it's not. But because I've done the wrong thing, I need to do that one. There we go. That'll save us. That'll save us hearing that over and over again. Thank you so much, though. So yeah, Titans had an almost unbeaten record. It was like 21-1. It was ridiculous. It was unthinkable that they lose. It was crazy to see this, to think that, you know, the Washington Justice, the worst team in the league, I don't think that's an unfair statement to make. Like, at the time, the worst team in the league. I had the standings up, but I'm going to bring them up again. Just terrible record. Generally look like, I'm not going to hold anything barred. Generally, when you're doing stuff and you're worried that there might be fans watching, you generally sort of, you be careful with your words a little bit. You choose your words kind of carefully. The Washington Justice was shit. There's no way around it. It was just abysmal. Like, the only team with the worst record is the Florida Mayhem, but the Washington Justice do have some decent players on them. Ark in particular came from NYXL, extremely good. Giannis, pretty good as well. And Corey, who has been, like, quietly, he's sort of in the same position as Saya player on Florida Mayhem, where he's this extremely gifted and talented and excellent player stuck in a really kind of iffy team. And there's been a lot of questions about the Justice and, like, you know, what budget did they have? Did they have like £5 to go and buy some players with? Because how has this happened? How is this team that bad? Yeah, you can make a case that Mayhem might be worse, but it's a tough one. And so for an upset to happen, now if there's ever going to be upsets, if there's ever a time for upsets, it's always going to be... Oh my god, they're still going. There you go. Thank you so much. Good lord. Shut up, Widowmaker. If there's ever going to be upsets, it's when there's a big meta upheaval, right? That's always the point when upsets are going to happen. When people are feeling out the new meta, and, you know, you can make arguments, and I'm going to get these arguments out the way now so we don't have to think about them later, which is stuff like, oh... the teams are experimenting, they want to try new things, so if you want to try something out in a pro scene, in like a pro environment, trying it in scrims is one thing, but you then have to try it on the stage, and who better to try it against than Justice or Mayhem? If you start losing, you can always change and play what's meta, what's normal. Speaking of, we have what's sort of new normal, we've got new goats, pseudo goats as some people are calling it. And something kind of abnormal. So let's take a look at the team comps. Let's think about the team comps very quickly. This has become the meta. This has become the standard play. If you bolt this on to any team, it kind of works, right? You run onto the point, especially on control, and then you can use the May, the Reaper to try and like control all these little areas around the edges and stuff like that, and you can just control this little bit of space. If they try and engage on you, you can throw a wall up. If they try and burst you down, you've got like Wraith Form and ice blocks and walls, Fortify, Moira's healing. It's super, super safe. And you don't even really need the whole hook combo. You just need to be tanky, stand on the point, stay on the point, and go, hey, yeah, you got to fight us on this point. Meanwhile, it looks like Vancouver Titans playing a little bit of the old sort of poke comp style. This like bubbled up for a little while, and we saw Shanghai kind of do similar with the pharmacy. So the idea is you sort of fly the pharmacy around, you fire rockets in, eventually you'll burst them down enough, you might find yourself getting a kill here and there, but you might also just end up getting the barrage, lob the barrage in through one of the back doors, kill everybody, Bob's your uncle, you've won the map, good job. A little bit harder to execute though. Especially with, you know, Mei can like block you off very easily, D.Va can eat it, of course, they can just like Wraith form it and stuff like that. There's a lot of avoidance on this team where there wasn't on Goats. Goats sort of just tank things, but this is a slipperier comp. It's harder to just bolt down and kill. And then you'll have like Hooreg just to try and get some burst damage, get some burst kills. I think the Doomfist might feel a little bit defunct here, so we're actually going to stick with Hooreg because I kind of want to see how the Doomfist works out for him. I just kind of want to see how it goes for him, because that's like, that kind of typifies to me, I think, what this Doomfist is going to do for the entirety of the rest of this map, which is punch, they block it, they use a cooldown, and then it sort of doesn't turn into anything. As long as Hooreg doesn't get a lucky rocket punch, he's probably not going to turn into anything. Meanwhile, Haxal just going to be poking in from all the odd angles. Great grenade. Can they capitalize? There we go. There's the punch landing. Does connect. But this is why this comp is kind of referred to as new Goats, because it is very tanky. It's very durable. It's very easy to get worn down by it, and it's hard to finish it off. So there's a lot of space for it to start swinging back and sort of coming back in. And you can kind of see that manifesting here, where this is just taken so long that they're down 20%, and yeah, it's not getting that much better. Like, these are just durable tanky heroes doing durable tanky things. I do want to see what Corey was doing for a second, because this is something I've noticed the Reaper's doing, which is actually contesting Pharahs on the high ground, which I find really interesting. As a decision, it's a really cool decision. So there's Ark. Finds the kill onto the D.Va. So this used to be a path that Reaper's taken quite a lot lately, where he'll come up here, contest the high ground a little bit, and then he can just swing back down as needed. And I think this is like a big side effect of, you know, the buffs to Shadow Step. The buffs to Shadow Step are huge for him. Here's a good example of something I talked about in the video I did with Sty, which is the fact that Mei is extremely good when dealing with nano boosts. Like, she can lock down and deny value in really effective ways. You can control tempo, you control the pace of the game. And there's a good example of it with the power of Blizzard plus the endothermic blaster, and just how difficult it is to deal with that and counter that. Once you see that that's gone up, block it for a second, get your Blizzard out, and then the stacking freeze of the endothermic blaster plus Blizzard just means that Haxal has literally no counterplay. Like, he even gets a concussive blast off, but it's just literally an ice cube flying off the point, right? You can't do anything about it, and that just gives Reaper boom, 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 boom. Easy as you like. Okay. So Titans, like, they've already used one of their victory conditions, right? You want to have that nano boost to get Haxal in place. At least it's not going to be too difficult, perhaps, to build it up again. The thing with Justice's comp is it won't do well if the Titans just keep their distance. So the Titans do have an option of just like using Jajanu, for example, or using the Orisa, just keeping a little bit of distance, taking some damage, and then building up a nano nice and quickly. Like, Justice are not going to leave the point, right? They're not going to rush out at you because there's just no value in them doing that. So you can see the Reaper contesting again on the high ground. Haxal's setting up on a second angle. And this is kind of one of the weaknesses of this comp. It doesn't deal super well with threats from multiple angles, but you've really got to be like on the ball with how you want to deal with all this. So there's one. And it's slow, and they've lost one. And like, yeah, he's just been so hesitant and denied. Like, they just can't do anything. It's like there's no impetus, there's no start, there's no like force behind anything, there's nothing that's making them get started, and that's sort of the chilling effect of the Mei, the tempo control that she gives you, is that if they do try and engage, well, then they're going to get walled, they're going to get frozen, they're going to get slowed, they're going to get stuck. D.Va's eating stuff up with the defense matrix, Reaper can just Wraith form stuff and just explode somebody if they're not careful, Coalescence is going to slow them down, they've got to get past the sound barrier somehow. I'm curious to see. Hooreg went nuts. What the hell? Hooreg, you okay there, son? So he whiffs the punch. Gets back out because lol, Doomfist. And then goes... I don't think he checked his health points. I don't think he checked his hit points. At all. Alas. Because I know you get a little bit... You get a nice bit of shielding. You do get a good bit of shielding. And then you just hate to see it. I mean, this is like a flawless execution of the current meta by Justice. We haven't been paying too much attention to what the Justice have been doing, but Titans just look lost. Don't even need to get the tuber out. I mean, Johnny might have sprung them back. They've killed the Reaper. Woo! Woo! The plays, look at the aim, look at the moves! It's incredible! They've only gone and done it. Do I need to get the tuber out for the Reaper? Is that what needs to happen here? It feels like without fail, anytime a Reaper presses Death Blossom, everything just goes wrong from that point onwards. Like, I get what he's going for. It really feels like to me, like with all the pro footage I look at, every time there's a Death Blossom, it goes really badly. And I think it might actually just be because it is Death Blossom, because there's so much attention drawn to the Reaper at that point. Where if you're just shooting, you have like way more flexibility in what you can do. Because I get why he goes for it in this situation, right? Like, the only thing that can stop you is the Diva, and in theory, Janu shouldn't have much defense matrix left. He's been fighting all this time, so he shouldn't have too much defense matrix. So, okay, I'm going to run up here. She's half hit points. She might be low. You can get a bit of damage onto the Pharah. It's going to be difficult for the Doomfist to want to punch you. He can't just slam you around. He has to punch you. So I kind of get, okay, I'm going to Death Blossom, and that's how I'm going to close out the fight. Gets the kill. Die. And then the moment he commits to the Death Blossom, it's just like Janu just sits on him. And then he's just helpless. And I'm so curious to think, like, if he just didn't do that, if he just stayed shooting, would Janu be this, like, cognizant of putting him in defense matrix? Could Corey move better and then maybe get past the defense matrix somehow, avoid some damage somehow, do something better? Because this ultimate just feels like such a trap for pros. Not necessarily for us plebs, but for pros. And then they commit the nano. So Hamster joining us as well. And then, yeah, Arc with the Great Escape as well. Let him go. Beautiful. Yeah, for us plebs, Death Blossom is still it's good. It's fine. For pros, I'm not sold on that ability. Unless you're playing like Talon Comp, unless you're playing EMP. What the? I remember watching this bit and thinking, what the hell? Because it's like, how are Justice going to get back in? You know, one of the weaknesses of this comp is it doesn't like take ground super well. You've got to like catch someone out and get onto them and stuff like that. What ranks did you expect the counter matrix? I mean, the counter matrix you should kind of expect, yeah, gold, even like silver maybe. But it's more the people responding very, very, very quickly. And it's not just matrix, it's stuff like sleep darts, fortify just to survive it and then shoot you down, Doomfist punch to knock you out of it, Lucio boops to control you. Like, there's a lot of ways to deal with it, and people don't like on ladder, people aren't cognizant enough of the Death Blossom, and especially with how little Reaper gets played at higher level, like, it catches people off guard. There's a lot of intricacies to Death Blossom though. If Reinhardt ever comes back, there'll be some interesting stuff. The thing is, this isn't as big of an opening as it looks because Mercy exists, so Fire's corpse is just literally right there. But it still does give them an opening just to move, which is all nice. Let's have a look at how Titans are going to try and defend this. And I imagine Titans' objective is simple, which is don't let them get on the point. If you let this team get on the point, you've kind of already lost, because then you're back on square one. Like you're completely stuck trying to deal with this. For Justice, it's tricky. They know that they use a lot of resources. They know that they've got no nano boost to deal with, because we saw that come out at the end of the fight. Bumper's just swapped to the Wrecking Ball. Hooreg, I don't remember. The Doomfist ult was like the really weird one where he just committed suicide, so they know they don't have to deal with that. So the thing that they might be considering is going to be Barrage, and they might consider the Diva Bomb as well. Just because Jijanu has done a lot of damage. Yeah, sure, why not? Just throw that in there as a consideration. For Justice, I imagine their objective is get to the point, like sit on the point, and I imagine they're just going to use Coalescence to do that. Let's see how this unfolds. Let's actually watch in third person. So they challenge a bit, they take high ground and say, hey, fight us here for a few seconds. There's the Coalescence. There's the run onto point. There's the Diva Bomb, and there's the flip on point. Yeah, okay. Some interesting things did happen there. Some things that, I wasn't quite expecting. So using the Coalescence to get to point, I thought, that's kind of where I expected them to go. And they kind of do that. But what's interesting is Guido actually used it to try and just keep the Pharmacy cornered. Right? Mercy can't contest that beam. Mercy has to lead that beam. You notice that Slime just has to duck out pretty much immediately and play super careful. This bomb from Janu feels late. And they've already kind of made it to the point in that time. And this is kind of the issue with the Doomfist, I suppose, in this comp, which is like, the targets you can punch are kind of limited. And even like May's not very easy. Like May's not the easiest to punch as well, because after the initial hit, there's like a period of time, there's like about after a second you can throw out the ice block, so unless she's next to a wall, she's not going to die. Lucio and Moira are going to be difficult to catch. These two just don't give a damn. Reaper, he can Wraith form it and get to kind of where he needs. So it's difficult to get that value on the Doomfist. And like the one thing I'm curious about with the Titans comp is the Doomfist necessary? Like, could you do something else there instead? McCree, maybe. Hanzo, definitely. Hanzo would probably be quite strong. Because then Hanzo gives you a tool to at least crowbar them off the point, right? You can just like put a Dragon Strike through it and try from there. The Doomfist, not sold. So yeah, they get on the point and then it's just like, yeah, what do you do? Like, we're back at square one. And that's kind of a good example of how ineffective Barrage is against this comp, and like why sudden powerful initiates don't work against this comp. This comp is good at dragging you into a long fight, a prolonged brawl, and making you fight that. Basically, be very careful using Death Blossom. Yes, Death Blossom is a precision tool, as weird as it sounds. At least in my mind, it's a very like specific thing. You either use it late in a fight after like everyone's been fighting for a while, then you use it, because then most people won't have cooldowns anymore. And like this applies on ladder, not necessarily on the pro level, but on ladder this works quite well. The alternative for me is like pushing people. Like if you want to create a little bit of space, generally finish off a kill that might be a little bit tricky, which is rare but happens, like a Lucio who's like bouncing around walls and stuff, and you can just, you land a shot on him and he just needs one more hit, just Death Blossom, it'll finish him off nice and quickly, and then it will zone everybody away. Or, the old trick of like dropping down on top of people if they don't expect you, that always is going to be funny and work quite nicely. Hooreg teasing us with the Widow. Justice playing this comp. See how it goes. Ruin's typically a Widow map, but the question is, can they like get an angle onto Justice? Yeah, unfortunately Hanzo's no longer a joke. We are truly in the darkest timeline. Like, I'm curious to see what the Widow does, because next season I want to play Widow, right? So I kind of want to learn as well. This is something that I've noticed Pro Reapers doing a lot. Birdring did this a lot versus Charge, for example. I love the T-posing. Birdring did this a lot, where he would just go and he would just teleport next to the Reaper, next to the Widow. It's quite funny to watch because it's just like what it's very difficult to deal with this because the Reaper has this weird period of like invisibility and he can start moving immediately. I imagine it might be possible. It might be possible to headshot him as he comes out of it. It is definitely something you would need to practice the timing of. I would be very curious to know if pros did any like, well, in the fighting game you would call it, in a fighting game you would call it labbing. The idea of like, okay, what I want you to do is play Reaper and just teleport next to me. That's all I want you to do, and I'm just going to try and headshot you. And until I get the timing right, like we're going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. I think it'll be worth investing the time in doing. 100% worth the time in doing, because this for a Widow, it's a nightmare to deal with. Like Reaper is a massive pain in the ass as Widowmaker. Because you can't just like snapshot him very easily, you need a lot of damage to be able to blow his head off. And so you generally just have to concede the space to him. And if you are on your own, if you do end up getting isolated, he can just run you down and kill you. You can beat him technically, but it's not easy. What interests me quite a lot is this positioning, right? The positioning that Justice have occupied. Because if you ask me like how are Justice going to set up, I would say, oh, they'd probably just like go over here and then just hide in this corner and just do the thing on the point where you just like put a toe on the point and then make the enemy come to you. Instead they've just gone completely all in and they're just saying, okay, we're going to contest you here and contest you here. So they definitely want to leverage that Mei as much as possible with the choke points, try and bait people to like come through here, put a wall, and then make it like really awkward to go back this way, because then you'd be frozen. And so they're definitely playing a lot around just getting value off that Mei. Meanwhile, Titan's doing more what I kind of expected the Justice to do, right? They're playing kind of far back. They've got the whole hook set up, but the issue is that when you have a Mei, you can block a lot of that. Also, like, if you pull Mei, she freezes herself. If you pull Orisa, she will fortify, and she can survive quite well. Diva can die to it, because you do have a Mei of your own, so you can freeze her. Moira's just going to get the hell out. Lucio will die. Reaper will just Wraith form away. So the whole hook might not be as effective as they were expecting and hoping for. And it looks like Corey's just managed to get himself right into that Orisa. Hello, Orisa. And they flipped the point. Like it's objective focus. I can't remember who it was who said it. I think it was Dreamcasts who said it. Which is basically like, as long as Overwatch is heavily objective-based, comps like this will always be extremely good. And it kind of got me thinking, because Justice won that fight, won their objective, before they even got a kill. Right? Consider it this way. Washington want to flip the point and then like defend at a choke point. That's how Washington win. And so Washington, they achieve that. They actually get results. They get value on the back of that. Right? They get the point, and now they're just holding at chokes and corners. And just using the coalescence for pressure, they get a kill, they get advantage, and now they're going to start pushing forward. But they kind of already hit their win objective long before they started getting kills. And there we go, there's the isolation, and now they're probably just going to try and hold it like this choke point. Just going to hold here, or they're going to hold further back and hold here. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me to see them holding there. Hooreg's abandoned the Widowmaker, you'll notice, and now they're playing Mirror. So now it's Rushdown versus Rushdown. Mash faces into each other. I imagine this is Titans feeling a bit spooked. And going, hang on, this isn't going to plan. And yeah, this, like, Justice... This is what we mean by tempo, right? This is all tempo. Justice do not want to engage on the Titans' terms. So Titans push, 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 push. They even commit a resource with the bongo. Justice just give them ground. Say, hey, yeah, we're going to play safe. We're going to try and isolate you. We can't follow up on that. So we're going to play careful, back off. The wall is bad out of Haxel. Bongo's committed, not in a terrible place. Like, they can fight and challenge the point here. But I think Justice just turtle up. Yeah, wall. Wait. Barrier. Wait. And then once that Bongo starts to run low, now they're going to start committing resources. Especially now that Haxal's actually thrown in quite a valuable... Oh, do we have the thumbnail? I think I have a thumbnail. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we found it. Oh my word. Let's see. I think I just want a frame like this. Boom. Boom. Perfect. Nailed that. That's a job done. Okay. So Haxal's committed the blizzard. Stratus is going to commit his blizzard. Haxal ends up dying. It's chaos. It's not a chaos, but one team has a coalescence, the other team doesn't. We're going to need third person to see what's happening with those ults, I think. So it's actually, I think, Stratus that commits first. Especially after Haxal drops down. Like, that might be the drop down that causes a lot of problems for him. Ah, he gets pulled. He gets pulled, starts freeze, blocks, and then... This is something that May's have been doing quite a lot in May versus May, actually. Which is, once one May blocks, if you have Blizzard, you, like, wait a second or two, and then you'll just throw the Blizzard, like, literally right on top of her. And she can't do anything about it. It's lights out for that May. Like, there's no way she can get out of that. And especially with the stacking freezes. And the stacking slows. It's just ridiculous. Okay. And so that was a bit of a panic ult out of Haxal. Doesn't land in too bad of a place. Actually might get Sansan. Which no one can act on. And I don't think anyone notices. Hooreg is just stuck. He doesn't want to engage. And yeah. Hooreg definitely not getting the value. Woo! Through reg. Careful. Not quite at the point yet where we can start blaming people, but... I didn't see much of the Reaper in that fight. So a good bit of Corey. Great pull out of Janus. To Janus' credit, I think that halt really set them up for the win. Let's see what you're up to, Hooreg. It's just great control. Okay, I want to contrast two things. The last 20 seconds. Okay, so 70. Let's wait for it. 79%. Okay, we'll start it at 79%. Let's look at the differences between the two Reapers in terms of their value in the fight, because I just saw Hooreg do pretty much nothing. Teleport. 1, 2, on 3, 2 shots on a Wraith form, a couple of shots into a sound barrier, and then died. Pretty much nothing. Now Corey. Death Blossom, but did it safely. Just used all of Janu's defense matrix. Okay, fair enough. Did it at a safe point as well with the Diva Bomb covering him, so he could get away with that. Engaged on the Orisa, ties up Bumper, kills Bumper. Why Bumper was over there, we don't know. And then he's ready for the cleanup. Doesn't even feel like they needed that coalescence, but Guido was bored. Like, he hadn't pressed Q, and as a Moira, he liked pressing Q. How did Bumper end up over there? Is Bumper doing Bumper things? I mean, it is Bumper. Also, I have a great big thing of juice. So we got the juice today. What's in this? Ah! The bomb. The bomb pushed him in. He ran from Death Blossom and the bomb, yeah. Didn't feel safe going back up. It's a great bomb. It is a fantastic bomb. Perfect. Could not ask for more. What is in this? It's very nice. It says tropical fruit juice blend. Blend of apple, clementine, and pineapple juices from a concentrate of mango and pineapple juice is not from concentrate, and mango and passion fruit purees. It's delicious. I like mango. I love mango. Oh, it's delicious.
Oh, let's break it.
It feels Justice really seem like they know what they're doing with this meta. I'm going to be very curious to see how they play this week. Normally, I don't watch Justice play because what's the point? That looked very good from this meta, though. Which, being honest, I think if you are Washington Justice, yeah, like that's what you do in this situation. New meta, let's get ahead, practice it super hard, get really good at this meta, and then you kind of even the playing field. The bomb also caught Twilight in the Naris angle. Oof. I think I already voted Twilight for MVP, which feels bad, man. Might have to change that one. But new map, different rules, different sightlines, different options. The Widowmaker making her presence known. Corey teasing the Hanzo as well. No Reapers for this one. Just seems a lot less in favor. We also have Pulled Pork making its presence known as well. No Divas. And we even have the Baptiste. Oh, I love a Baptiste. I do like the Baptiste in the Orisa meta. You just got to use it right. Okay. So let's just think about the team comps. Let's think about team comps and positioning, as we always want to do. Let's take a look. Okay. Interesting. The thing that really has me curious is Hooreg's positioning. Because to me, oh, I don't know, I don't want to take a screenshot. To me, there's no value in that. She's just going to shoot a barrier. So I'm expecting Hooreg to move, like, very soon. Because, hey, if you look at Corey, who actually does damage to barriers, because Hanzo can kill barriers. He still has all 6 of his Storm Arrows. I know it's terrifying. It's overpowered as hell. Blizzard, please hurry up with the nerf. But, man, like, he's taking a flank. He's actually looking for a flank. Maybe it's, oh, I'm going to try and catch the Hanzo, in which case that doesn't seem like a good place to do it from. What are you looking at, Hooreg? Like, yeah. Like, welcome to the problem of the modern Widowmaker, right? You got to shoot through that, shoot through the barrier behind it, and then maybe you'll hit this horrific noggin, or this good boy back here. But maybe you'll hit this filthy Hanzo, maybe this nice healer man as well. Who knows? You don't want to hit these two too much. You know, you kind of want to hit Orisa. Oh, he looks determined, ready to kill. Right. This looks a lot more normal to me. Okay, now we've got a bit of Flankaroonie going. Who's been sonicked. Ho ho! Jesus! Excuse me! It was the speed! Here's the thing. Corey must have felt so smart. He's like, ha ha! I've got you. I've got you in my trap. I know exactly what your every move will be, Widowmaker. He steps past the barrier. They even had the barrier there for him. This kid's is a lesson. Look, he looks confused and distraught, and I would be confused and distraught myself, because this is a lesson about barriers and about needlessly stepping through them. Right? The same angle, completely safe, dead. Completely safe, dead. Completely safe, dead. Are you following? Stay in the barrier. Jeez. That was a shot and a half. Okay. Yeah, now Hooreg can do what he likes. He can just stay on this flank and poke, and there's not a goddamn thing Justice should be able to do about it.
I needed that.
Like, they walled it. Here's the thing. If Titans don't do something, they're going to lose. Titans? Corey's back. I mean, they bought themselves, you know, a good 20, 30 seconds, but... Ark's building that ultimate. Oh, my word! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Spicy, I like it. I'd like it even more if Ark had his ultimate. Good lord. That was... Oh, I love it. I love it so much. This is the sort of thing that when Symmetra was changed, I was like, man, you could do some really cool things. What you could do is some really cool things. And, like, Mei kind of does the same thing. Mei... Oh, phew. That is clever. Oh, I like that so much. I like that so goddamn much. Every team is going to do this from now on. Like, they have to. They absolutely have to. Because now you can't do what Titans want to do, which is, like, they want to, like, bounce over here, and then they can, like, slowly fall back, and, oh, yes, we'll just slowly, like, walk backwards. Oh, yes, and then we'll put a Mei wall. We got you, Arita. Ha! Can't do shit now. Now it's just like, oh, fuck, barrier here, wall, please, someone. Whew. And especially because Hooreg, like, gave up on that position. Gave up over here, because he dropped down, got the health, and then went back over this way. Started shooting down this angle. Gave up this angle. Because I don't think, like, this setup that they do... Let me get rid of that arrow. This setup that they do... I'm curious to see if that will even be possible with the Widow watching you. Because I imagine that takes a little bit of time. And yeah, they just group for it. Like, this isn't going to work more than once. Well, it will work, but they'll know it's coming. Like, people will adapt to it, because, hey... This is made of glass. Like, hello. Hello! Hello, Washington Justice. You can see them. you can see them doing this. And then, hi, Hooreg. Bye, Hooreg. Jeez, that shot. So yeah, like literally what I said. I wasn't watching at this point. I don't remember this. So literally what I said. Barrett, throw the wall up. Do something. Ah, please. Justice is just going to shoot through it. I think they're just going to break it. Yeah, like that's a good pull. Baptiste might just break this though. Like, get that Baptiste ult. I honestly think if they waited until they had Baptiste ult, they could have just won at that point. Like, if they just poked a little bit more and got the Bap ult. Baptiste burst. There's the counter. Not the best Baptiste burst, gotta be said. Still think Paris did it better. But hey. So here's what I term the Baptiste burst. Like, this is more of a Baptiste engage. But it doubles actually. Like, they break the barrier and they know that the enemy has to drop a new one. So it's basically you force the enemy to drop a barrier and then you Bap ult. And then you can just blow the barrier straight away. Like, if we look at Bumper's screen. So we get a read on the level of the shield. I wish this wasn't a 20-second thing. Okay. So here we go. Barrier breaks. It's at a quarter speed. It's just like a couple of seconds and it's gone. Like, he has 7 seconds on his cooldown. It's pretty good. It's pretty gosh darn good. But Titan's going to try and do the same to, like, buy themselves a little bit of space. And it looks like Justice are just going to respect it. Like, they play defensively. Mei wall, barrier, block it. Especially because Slime still had his immortality field. But hey, no, you got the bongo out of them. That's great. If you have bongo and they don't, you actually have a lot of pressure. Okay, Titans are adapting nice and early, nice and quickly. That was very good out of Twilight to do. Like, spotting that they're kind of doing the same setup, they're just dawdling in an area quite a lot. That was a beauty of a sleep dart as well. They're stalling for some good time here. This is part of why the Zen is quite good on this team comp, just because it gives you an answer in dealing with Blizzard, which you normally don't have, although they are anti-healed at this point, so they actually get the kill. That should be the end of that push. Oh, that's the beauty of a Mei wall as well. Okay, that push is done. There's glimmers here. There's glimmers of like moments of genius. I just wish that they had either a bongo or the Baptiste ult as when they went on top. I think if you do that with that extra damage, you can just kill the enemy team very quickly. Widow ult. Well, they know exactly where they're going. So how's the rotation for Titans? It looks like they just want to play point. Kind of works. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Did they bongo at the same time? Does that stack, chat? I can't remember if that stacks. Because I'm pretty sure there is a cap on damage multiplications. It stacks. It does stack. Oh my god. But yeah, because the Baptiste ult is a project, like, it enhances the projectile. It's not a buff on you. It's a very all-in push.
60 seconds remaining.
I just want to watch this barrier die. Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it, kids? I was alarmed at the first barrier going down. It was the second one that by the time I pressed pause, it was already down.
To move behind my barrier.
This might need a look at from Papa Blizz. This might need a bit of I'm not sure this should be a thing. I mean, what? It's like one of Roadhog's projectiles with this is just going to do 1,000 damage. That's ridiculous. Yeah, this is over. Grenade for some ult charge. There we go.
30 seconds remaining.
Bunker needs a way to be quickly removed. It feels like, why not do that for every push? Like, that just seems extremely strong. My question is more like, how do you defend against that? How do you not die to it? Because I don't think you can contest it in any way. Like, you saw how fast that barrier went. One Sombra and it's all over? How? What? 2 ultimates and focus fire for a shield? It's pretty scary. Like, I'm trying to think of like how to break it. Because it's not like one Sombra. EMP... How do you EMP it, though? Like, what Justice did was they went around the corner, Baptiste ult, bongo, and fired. By the time you've got the EMP off, you've already lost your tank, probably another tank, and just a ton of damage has been put through it. Like, you don't have to consider... One of the weird things there was Corey fired a couple of storm arrows through it and then dragoned. If instead of Corey, let's pretend we're playing on ladder and doing that, and it's a Soldier 76 who's just firing machine gun shots. That's what? 20 damage plus 50% for Supercharger, which is going to be 30 damage. Then double for Baptiste, so that's 60 damage a bullet. 60 damage a bullet. Put a Maywall between them and their Matrix, very difficult to do in time. Like, you saw how quickly, and it's how quickly the kills will come through on that combo. It's nutty. It's nutty. Can McCree one-shot through that? Be what? 70 made into 105 made into 210? Think about how fast McCree fires, and then think about each one of those shots being able to one-shot someone.
Let them out.
Like, you can't... There's no way you can contest this, like, from the front. It does help when Corey just headshots people, though. I don't know, that scares me. That combo scares me a lot. Well, weird to be honest, why weren't people doing that against goats? Defense Matrix? D.Va. D.Va is the answer. It's Sigma as well. Jesus, guys. Come on. Pay attention. Sigma can absorb it. D.Va can absorb it.
Let them out.
You just have to play a D.Va. Like, 100% must play a D.Va if they're running Baptiste Orisa. I don't think there's any way past that.
Team up for special attack.
You can one-shot through Barb Holt by itself. That's with a headshot, though. Like, I'm talking body shot damage. How long does Matrix last? Long enough. It's, what, 2 seconds now? Like, yeah, as long as you... Once you can get around a corner, it's fine.
Initiating match.
Matrix was nerfed, yeah, it was nerfed very heavily. Rightly so, it's extreme powerful ability. Sigma will be very good against that though. Sigma's what is it? Is E, I'm tempted to say. Lasts what, 3-4 seconds? And it's like a mini version, you just kind of got a body block for people. In theory, deflect could help as well. Just, you know, who the hell's playing Genji? That combo's terrifying though. So there are ways to deal with it. Just none of them are anything anyone's playing. Hooreg teasing the Widow again. He did okay. He did alright. He got annihilated a number of times. I'd like to see him just be a bit more mobile, a bit more aggro with it, but he's the pro.
Through the dragon's eyes.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
But is barrier between the enemy ult and Baptiste ult? No, there's no... You don't have... By the time... Okay, Gwen, imagine a situation where they jump around a corner, bongo Baptiste ult, and you go, deploying the barrier! And it slowly sails out towards them. And then you park it in the perfect spot. By the time you've done that, your head's blown off. You've got literally under a second to react. You can't... You're not going to do anything by interrupting them. It has to be a defensive response. Like, you have to do something defensive and proactive. So yeah, Hooreg and Corey are going to have a bit of a sniper duel. Whoever wins this gets control of the map. Hooreg is staying with his team though, for now. There we go, there's the rotatos. Oh! Oh! Got him.
No one can hide from my sight.
Can Corey do the same? Oh, that's a bad miss. There we go. Yeah, he's not going to play around that corner.
Let them out.
There's the Bappa's ult. There's the Dargon. Counter Bappa's ult. It's weird, but it feels like Titans are having a lot of trouble finishing. Like, Titans were winning that, and then they just couldn't finish it. Like, they lost their hog. That's a huge amount of pressure gone on your team. No immortality field either. And it's just like, do something. Do something now. Where was that deployed? Badly. Okay, yeah. Justice just need to turn a corner. It's not the best Baptiste wall, but hey, the Nano Mei. Oh god. Mei's very expressive when in combat. Look at that. She's very expressive in combat. Terrifyingly so. That poor fat man. And yeah, Stratus gets his ult out nice and quickly. I want to see what Stratus was up to. How did Stratus get this so fast? Like, even now, he's like twice of Haxal. Which is not easy. Haxal is a good player. What do you think Titans are so adamant in running those? I mean, the combo they're running is not bad. Like, it's a little bit less shield breaky, but it's a little bit more... You can very quick... Like, Widowmaker gives you wins. Like, when Widowmaker gets kills, you will win. So, for example, if Hooreg snipes off Corey, suddenly Justice are stuck. Justice, like, with these team comps, you kind of have to play very much around the point. And having a Widowmaker who can just like bounce over here, bounce over here, bounce over here, like be in so many different places, so many different angles, over here, shooting this way, like she can get at you from any side. So all you need then is the Titans with this big block to just muscle in from, say, like this angle. And then you just have the Widowmaker just flank around or just, you know, set up over here and just shoot this way. And suddenly you have tons and tons and tons of problems. So there's nothing wrong with the comp at this point. I'd say like the only time that they felt like they were showboating a bit was on the first map. But it feels like Justice just hammered them through with this extremely powerful combo. The Titans just don't seem ready for. And don't have a response to. Let's focus on Stratus. Is Stratus the best Mei in the Overwatch League? The answer may surprise you. That's an interesting choice. That's actually why the Roadhog died. The choice to wall behind them is why Roadhog just died. Like normally in response to this, hey, thank you so much. Fonty! Very much appreciated.
4 name changes later, I'm back, smile.
Hey! Thank you so much, whoever you are, because you've name changed, so I don't know. Stranger. Stranger. Thank you. What are you buying? I love that guy. I miss that guy. Yeah, the choice to wall here. So that's a standard defensive wall. This wall is weird. I don't know what this wall was. Trying to lift Twilight, maybe? Set up something for... Or maybe like, oh, you're boxed in and now Corey can kill everyone? Either way, it gets the Roadhog killed. Because normally what would happen is you get a Mei wall like coming up here. Once that Holt flies out, you just put a Mei wall there and you're fine. Sansam dies. Now it's awkward. At least the Mei wall gives you mobile cover. Great tool against the Widowmaker. Oh, but Widowmaker's so broken. Yeah, that's... At that point, Janna realized he was in trouble. And this is where the Widowmaker is not going to give you much value. Corey's busy killing everyone on the flank. So yeah, it feels like Corey got a lot of the glory here, but it really is like his team just blowing it wide open. Like that's an easy kill. That's not a hard kill to do. That one's slightly harder. It's good damage though. It feels like Titans just didn't capitalize. Like they got a huge advantage and then they let Justice play silly buggers around this corner. Like Justice was just allowed to play around this corner and around like the weird part to me was like Baptiste was stuck here. If Titans just like force their way and crowbar between, I don't think that Baptiste gets any value. Could just die. Hooreg's abandoned the Widow, gone for the hands on himself, so more barrier pressure. No overpower combos, just both of them sort of equalizing on bongos. Nice. Very nice. This is some good, clean Overwatch. Normally what you'd be... well, actually, no, that's a lie. That's normally what you expect out of NYXL.
Welcome to Overwatch, mon chéri.
Titans is a bit weirder. Hey, Baba Ganoush. Thank you very much. Oh, Fontoctus, of course.
All better.
Yeah, the other big thing that Hooreg can do with the Hanzo is contest that high ground a lot easier. You can just sort of do what Corey's been doing this entire time. I just... because this bugs me. This is like a personal vendetta I have against Maywall. That, like, no one real... It feels like I'm the only person on this goddamn planet that realizes that Maywall is not very strong in terms of its health. Right? Maywall up. Middle bit of Maywall broken.
My arrow finds its mark.
Do you play it against it unranked, and you think the damn thing was fucking immortal with how people try and shoot at it? Oh! 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 Okay, it's fine. Twilight's got us. Look at that. Look at this boy. Okay, Titans. I want to see the cleanest Baptiste burst I've ever seen. I want to see Janus like deploy a barrier and then you guys blow it up. No. No. No, you... Okay. Kind of worked. More because Janus went for a bit of a weird walkabout. Not quite sure what Janus was thinking. So the issue when they have all these cooldowns is, yeah, you can do this. And because they don't have the bongo plus the ulti, it's not the super redonkulous Annihilatrix 9 billion damage. It's still good damage, but the Maywall, like, literally engulfing the Baptiste ult has bought them the 2 seconds they need to turn a corner. And then for some reason Janus walks out. He does get halted, admittedly he gets halted afterwards, but he did just walk out onto the point to contest it. And I fear at that point you just let them take the third. Yeah, that was a little bit rushed. They had the bits to make that work. Like, they had the immortality field, they had the Baptiste out of their own. They didn't have an Orisa barrier, but they had Fortify, so the Orisa can dig in and like hide for a little bit. I think they got greedy. Like, oh, we got to stop them now. You had time. It's first point, you can chill, relax. It's no biggie. And time bought on first point is worth a lot more now than time bought on second. Well, no, that's wrong. But time bought on first now is worth more than it used to be, because they only get 3 minutes now, so you have way less time to play with. Let's see. Anything good coming online? They still have Blizzard. Very good tool, but Titans have it as well. Blizzard and Dragon. That's difficult to play against. Well, that's a good start. How the frig did that happen? I did see Fusion's tweet in response to someone. It was like, you know, I don't play Orisa, and then I got shouted at for playing Orisa badly. And Fusions gave him the hot tip of just die less than the enemy Orisa and you're popping off. And the guy said, okay, I'll just stay in spawn then. Yeah, like, victory condition achieved. That was slightly embarrassing. I'm not going to lie, Janus. This is an Orisa dead behind her own pristine barrier. Look how sad she is. Look how sad she... Oh my word. Oh no. Oh dearie me. Efi is not going to be happy about that. I love this tool. I love this tool so much. Yeah. We don't give a single heck about your nanos. Ooh. But Stratus is quietly a god. What? Genesis is in the little room on his own with the barrier for 3 fights. Because that's all they need. Like, Genesis' job is to contest the point, so he just wants to stay near it. And you have that little bit of flexibility when your supports are Baptiste, Ana. You can be there. It's a lot of healing. It's very weird for a defense not to see a Zen or a Lucio ult though. That makes me super uncomfy. Woo! Yeah. Nice value out of the Baptiste though. Okay. Okay. This is why Hanzo is so much fun.
By the dragon.
Wall not the best as well. I'm putting that more on the Mei than anything. There was a gap in that you could drive a truck through. Actually, literally, I think you could. Look, we can do the maths. We have a truck available for comparison. There we go. Scientific measurement system. Yeah. Not really. Just barely, not quite a truck through. A forklift. You can fit the forklift. Yeah, you can fit the forklift through it. There we go. You can definitely fit a lot of damage through it. What was that wall even blocking, actually? What? The more I look at it, the more angry I get. What the hell? It's like everything but the actual thing that needs blocking is blocked off. Oh no, yeah, it did block the Mei. You're quite right. It stopped Stratus with his incredible angle of truck. Oh, well, I know he might be able to squeeze a headshot, maybe. Unfortunately, hi. Hello, all this damage. Look at this. It's like an action shot. You need like the Avengers theme tune playing, you know. Brr, 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 brr. Gee, look at this. Amazing. Amazing team unity. You all know what I really like? The spacing. No one's like stood in front of each other. Tanks are stood behind the DPS that need to see as well. Always a good thing to see. I'd play it, but then I'd be sued. Like, Disney would literally descend from the ceiling and kidnap me.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Hello. May wall? No, they just walked through that one. Good lord. Look at the maneuvers to approach this. Oh my god, that grenade! Guido! What a legend. I'm just waiting for someone, like, all this work to get through and then someone's just gonna get headshot by something, aren't they? There's the combo. Oh. Oh my god, not everybody on Titans is dead. Somehow. Because I think both teams are so frightened to look at each other. Like, the immortality field really doing work here. Yeah, everybody's just so afraid. They actually survive it. I'm sure that feels like victory for Justice. Like, what do you do now, Titans? Tell me what you do now. Justice still have Blizzard. They have Nano. They're feeling great. Like, Blizzard can cancel... Like, Titans can't push with the Trance, for example, because, hey, you just Blizzard it. You wall it off, you barrier it, you back off, and then if they do get to the point, you can stop everything with Blizzard. So, hey, you got the immortality... Oh, you got the immortality field. Lovely. Oh, it's not a good wall. Barrier. Oh, it's just wrong. There we go. Saved by the Mei. Well, that this combo from the Orisa Baptiste, I think is literally why everything is so difficult. Because you have to be so. There was a Zenyatta there. He's gone now. Felt like that Twitter meme of the guy who's like, and I up. Jesus. Zenyatta away. Oh, he's ascending. Look at him. He's got an arrow with him. He's got an arrow to the balls. Oh, God. I hate it when that happens. Zenyatta away. Oh. Oof. Oof. Oh, Haxel with a Desperation Blizzard. Oh my word. That is the deadest armor that has ever honored. Arc! Arc! Save her! Oh no, it's on cooldown. It's on cooldown! Save her! Oh my god, he's doing it. He's actually doing it. Guido is alive! Guido is alive, ladies and gentlemen. How is Guido alive? Arc is no longer alive. He's not a bad shot, this Hooreg lad. He's not a bad shot. I just think his positioning is a little bit off. I love it when all the emergency tanks come out. I can't believe Guido got away with that and survived that. That was just ridiculous. Yeah, I think I can stop saying at this point the Baptiste ult is underrated. It looks adequately rated now. God, what is that combo? That is disgusting.
Ready for battle.
Okay. Oh, is it time for the Reapers?
Attackers incoming.
And we got a Diva as well. See, actually, I think this team comp that Titans are running, yeah, this team comp can deal with that combo. Maybe.
3, 2,
The only people I'd be really worried about are the Lucio, the Mei, and the Orisa. And it's more because, like, the Orisa might just get deleted. The Mei, if she ice blocks, then they're just going to shoot her when she comes out of it, and there's not really much she can do about it. And the Lucio might catch some stray damage. And it's like Justice going to stick with this combo. What is... Okay. It's a Reaper, he's fine. Oh, nope. Too fat. He's too fat! Well, that's a good bloody start, isn't it? Didn't quite go to plan there for the Titans.
attackers incoming. Defend
I fear it is time. I fear it is time, ladies and gents. I fear it is time. I fear it is the moment that we've all been waiting for, because the Reaper going, I'm going to be so sneaky, I've got a plan. I'm going to come in from behind them, there's not a darn thing they can do about it. I'll wraith form away, cackling as I go. And then we just need to like get to here and just just give me this moment of the daring escape. Oh wait. I'm too fat. And then D.Va like panics to try and protect him and just gets herself hooked and then dies and then... What were you doing, Janu? Why were you there? Please hook me. It's fine, Haxal will even help, so you can't go anywhere. Oh, God. Lord. Lord. Boy, that Reaper flank sure paid off, didn't it? This is not great. I mean, yeah. Axel might get a note. Bumper's gone Hammond. Oh my word. Bumper thinks he can contest this. Let's see what you can do, son. It's winnable. It's winnable. It's winnable. Oh, they got one. Winnable. Winnable. You're on 10 health. Oh. Winnable. It's totally winnable. Oh, they might do it. They might do it. They might do it. They might use everything. Oh, they it bounced. They've only bloody gone and done it. Oh wait, no, Corey's just going to kill everybody. Corey is literally just farming everyone. Oh no, he's dead. Hey, the Reaper's got value. They've only gone and bloody done it. They've only gone and bloody done it. That's actually really impressive that they went and bloody did it. The clever thing, to me the good thing is that they let it go, right? Slime and Haxal backing away there, for example, just letting it be, just let them take it in bits, you know, don't contest every single second. Guido just steps out of the immortality field, doesn't get a heal. The irony there is if he stayed forward, he'd be fine. Just get the kill onto Stratus. The Moira ult is great. Like, does a lot of work. Primarily damage, hey? Twilight's just gone, yep, I'm gonna kill everyone now. Well, Janu's almost dead. Pays for it with his life. This from Haxal, blocking off the Baptiste, is genius. It's extremely good. Buys them enough time. Because if he didn't do that, like we were watching from Ark's point of view, Ark had the discus, he had the immortality field, he could have just lobbed that, saved the hog, or helped save the Orisa. So that wall is actually really, really, really clutch. Uncontested Hanzo. There we go. Just gets cleaned up. The issue that I'm seeing though is Titans use Coalescence, they use Blizzard, they didn't have to use D.Va Bomb because Janu's still building it. Bumper doesn't have his ult. Justice coming into this next fight with a lot of stuff. Probably going to have all 6 during the fight. And there's no Orisa as well. There's no Orisa against a Hanzo and Mei. That is literally the definition of hell for me. Oh my... Ugh. Like, where is Twilight standing? Yeah. That's probably where I'd be standing. How unsafe would you feel playing on this team right now? Like Hanzo and Mei shooting at you. With no barrier.
Regenerating your cellular structure.
That's a good smile out of Lucio. Yeah, there's no... Like, this is insanity. This is just straight insanity. Yeah. No shit! You've got no barrier. Like, if an arrow doesn't get you, an ice block, an icicle will. Oh boy, this Hammond is going to do a lot here, isn't it? There's the combo. And they even just commit the blizzard to it. They probably didn't need the blizzard, but hey. And they commit whole. I mean, yeah, it's whole hog, whatever. Go nuts. It's your thing, Hogger. Do whatever you want. There is a bug, by the way, where Moira's balls just float around. Just ignore that. It's not real. Like, the combo isn't the best deployed, but it's still scary. Like, I imagine people are going to move into it slightly. I don't think they needed all 4 of those ults. I think they could have done it with just the Bongo and Blizzard alone. Probably just the Bongo alone, maybe. But they had it to spare. Titans needed everything to claw the way back in. Here's the mad thing about Baptiste. 30% to the next one. Like, that's scary. Hanzo uncontested on the high ground on second point. Hollywood, that's going to be a problem. Is Hooreg going to try and teleport somewhere? Okay. Good chase, good aggression. I like it, I like it. Let's go, let's go! That looked good. That looked like the Titans we know and love. Oh, yes. Look at this, push. Watch this from third person. Look at how coordinated and together they are. Look at Justice struggle to fall back properly. Like, the wall goes up and that's like, yeah, we can do this. Like, they flood the wall, we can run through it. Speed. They don't have a Lucio. We do. Throw the Blizzard behind them a little bit or just like on top of them. They can't go anywhere. Dragon Strike trying to like stop the aggression, but most of them just get past it. Once that free starts landing, they're all fine. And they win. Perfect. And current owl patch, no, this owl patch does not have the ultimate increase. They are playing on the patch that is currently live. So it doesn't have the 12% ult percent increase, it doesn't have the brig changes, doesn't have the slow changes, doesn't have Sigma. Not that they'd be able to play Sigma anyway, because they're gonna... It's probably like in the playoffs is when Sigma's gonna be legal. Wait. Sansom, did you just almost kill everybody? Did Stratus just play like 5 versus 7 there and stop Sansom killing his own team?
With you.
Jesus! Can you imagine? Can you imagine if he... Oh no! Oh god! That could have been, you know, it's like... You're 2-0 up in the series against the Titans. You know, you're beating the best Overwatch League team. You are considered one of the worst teams. You're doing it, you get in there, and then... You know, you 6-tuple kill yourselves because your Roadhog pulled a goddamn Diva Bomb. Oh god, that could have been bad. Oh, the bullet was dodged. Well and truly, the bullet was dodged. And they killed a Lucio for it as well because Slime went a bit mad. Bumper's gonna die. He's too far forward. Oh, no, wait. Oh, Sansom. Arc. If you have that immortality... Okay, you don't. Oh my god! I just saw a Death Blossom get, like, some form of value. Yeah, the immortality field is down. I thought Bumper was dead for... I mean, this is Bumper in a nutshell, right? Like, surely he's dead. He's dead. He's got to be dead. He's going to die. There's no way he can be there and survive. Like, why hasn't that been punished? Oh god, wait. Now we're being punished. This isn't how this is meant to happen. I just want to see this Death Blossom. Baptiste ult there is nice. Well positioned. I like it. Okay, well he shot Guido in the face. And then, yeah, he just dies. Hooreg. I suspect this means that Wraith form is off cooldown? In which case, this continues to be in my book, my big book of why Reapers should not ever Death Blossom in a pro tier game. Wraith form is indeed up. He could have just kept shooting people and then pressed shift when he was taking damage. Instead now, he's doing a lot of damage to a barrier and to a Mei who doesn't really give a shit. The pros stop pressing the Q button. That was a very nice wall. Stratus is impressive. Like, this guy's been doing a lot of work. Oh no. Oh no. The bullying begins. Playing relatively conservative. I mean, it makes sense. Like, Titans are going to have to come out of the left door. Like this one. No. 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 Why? Okay. Ugh.
Cease your resistance.
I don't see the... Okay, here's my problem. Here's my problem. They're setting up to come out of this door, which, like, is, you know, it's a predictable thing to do. Just ignore these graphical effects. They're just, like, holdovers from previously. And instead of going through this door, which the Mei isn't even, like, properly positioned to cover, and honestly, your Mei, if you just, like, throw a wall here or, like, here, you could get out and be fine. Like, using a Mei wall to block line of sight for the enemy Mei is something you can absolutely do, and it's something they try and do here. And instead of taking this space and having all of this lovely ground over here to play with, like, I know Corey's here, like, shooting into it and, like, threatening it with the dragon. Maybe it's the dragon. Did they spot the dragon? So they know the Hanzo's there. Okay, they're afraid of pushing into the dragon. Like, that's really nice by Corey, actually. Because if they try and push out of there, he dragon strikes. They don't have a diva. But you have immortality. No, you don't have immortality field. Sorry, wrong top thing. Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. We figured it out. We solved the riddle. So instead they go all the way around. They, like, sidestep the Hanzo, block line of sight there, and then come out here, which isn't great, but... eh. Gives them time to run through and get past the dragon. Which they do, and then they just end up face planting into the blizzard. Because Justice just haven't had to use resources ever.
Cease your resistance.
Like, every single one of these builds, like, they still have Transcendence. Right, they've used Blizzard, Dragon Strike, Bongo, they still have Trance. That's nuts, in economy terms. Titans can't win that fight, and they still have Trance! They still have it! Because what that means is that Haxal's Blizzard, it could be pivotal, it could be useful, but it could also just completely flub. They're even pushing forward to try and build some ult charge. Like, that's purely what that is. Oh, you've been Hanzo'd, you've been Sonicked. Yeah, just hold the corner. Hold the door. Another Dragon Strike. Because, lol, Hanzo. Looking forward to that ult charge nerf. With a pull, okay. Sound barrier to counter. I'm gonna guess they're gonna lob this Blizzard in. Haxal, let's take a look. There it is, there's the Trance. They get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Okay, maybe not quite that dramatic just yet. Gaining ground. It's not done yet. This is a good fallback from Titans. Like, they know they're on the back foot. Oh! Okay. Advantage. Massive advantage to the Titans. A little bit lost there, and now Stratus already has another Blizzard. He builds that so quickly. It's just being aggressive into this comp is just a nightmare. Like, the whole hog pushes him out. Stratus is a bit greedy in his positioning there, but hey, he's fine. Works out. And they even get the whole hook. Right, they land it. Because, hey, the Mei has to use her wall, so there's no defensive wall, so Corey's going to get caught. Once that wall is down, that combo is viable. They get the immortality field as well, which is superb. And then there's a trade. But Stratus is just building these ults so quickly. Stratus is playing out of his mind. And it's just completely split the Titans. Ruin their positioning. Ruining their tanks. Oh, Moira's buried in the ceiling. Can you imagine if that killed? Can you imagine? And I think Justice just win here. Like, they have another trance. There's nothing that can really threaten them here. Even if a Dragon Strike does come out of Hooreg, which, you know, it might. There's a lot of big targets to shoot here. This is going to build pretty quickly. No, it's not. He needed one good arrow, but got his face dragged across the Winnebago. Okay. That is a Winnebago, isn't it? Caravan thing. Trailer. Also, Orisa can do a cartwheel. I have never seen a centaur do a cartwheel before, and I don't think I ever want to again. Wait. Okay, her body's like turned to the side, because that's like her front. Facing downward. Okay. It's like spinning around. Full 360. Incredible. Yeah, the Justice still have trance. Like, I always feel, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm playing Zen, I play very, like, I feel very weird when we finish the game and I still have Transcendence. I don't feel like I've done a good job. It's like, we could have used this somewhere, surely. But then you sort of think back and you go, wait, no, we never needed it. We didn't need it. I think they had to use one on a Blizzard that they still kind of lost to. They got a Diva though, just charge hand. Yeah, don't. Trying to defense matrix Hanzos is for Dragon Strikes. Like, they just do one back hop, or he just doesn't fire it, and then waits a second and then fires it, and you're still kind of in the same trouble.
Ready for battle.
And if you flub it, then everyone dies. It's Dragon Strike is not an easy catch.
Attackers incoming in
I think the rotation's safer. Okay, not quite mirrors. Titans playing the Diva on defense, on offense rather, not the Roadhog. And we also have different supports. No Zenyatas anymore, but Anabaptiste on one side, Moira Lucio on the other. High ground going to be everything. Oh, dearie me.
I'll do this alone if I have to.
I'll do this alone if I have to. You go show 'em, Reaper. It's time for Agent Reaper. Well. I'll do this alone if I have to. Blah. He's gonna be alone in the spawn, mate. That's what he is. Yeah, you just gotta wait. Like, you just sat there on your ass now. Dum-de-dum. Oh! Bumper building some ult charge? I'm gonna be charitable. For his Moira? Great anti, again. Superb anti. Even with a Diva, somehow that goes through. That shouldn't happen. Maywall. It's a good pull. Gotta rotate to point. Jeez. Okay. How did Moira die? Gets a... That's a difficult kill to make. Like, I'm pretty sure Hog can't just one-shot Moira. Unless he, like, got it just, like, full in the face, which I'm guessing is what happened due to the angle? That's a very nice, fast block. I love that halt as well, that's really nicely placed. Yeah, that's a very unusual angle to shoot a Moira at and work. Just saying Hanzo alone shouldn't be able to pressure a full team from coming out. Yeah, no, that's the effect of Dragon Strike. That's the effect of a lot of ultimates, but Dragon Strike especially. Control space. Okay, you've almost got Blizzard. They don't have the Baptiste break sort of super combo. Have to be not sniped by Corey, which seems increasingly difficult. I'm gonna flank all the way around. Okay. Washington, are Washington gonna rotate, or are they gonna just stay on top there? Just gonna stay on top there. Bumper is very lucky to be alive. See, here's the thing with Shadow Step. It's great when you're teleporting to somewhere that they can't see you, but man, is it not great when they can see where you're starting. Okay, some interesting things happening. First is the decision for Guido to just stay on the high ground. Because personally I would have just gone down back here. But hey, I think this is just like a more aggressive position. He's about to get, I think, get pushed on by the Moira. Or the Lucio. Yeah, the Lucio. So we'll just drop down to the safety of his team. The Baptiste ult, again, proving extremely useful. And then we had the Mei free. Stratus might be able to counter it a little bit. Might not want to. There it is. That's not like this is why I went on so much in the video I did for Sty about stacking freezes, because watch how fast the D.Va gets frozen. Oh. Oh no, okay, she's being caught by it up there. I thought it was just like when she dropped down, but no, she's actually freezing up there. I thought it was just like right here. It's just like instantaneous. It's still ridiculously fast to get caught in. But no, she gets really clobbered by that. Fair enough. Do you think Mei combo freeze? Yeah, I'd like to see just Blizzard and freeze not overlap like it does. The slows at least won't anymore, so maybe you can run out of it, but I like to be frozen by either the Blizzard or the Mei freeze. If they're worried about it not freezing enough, you can always just make Blizzard freeze a little bit more.
See that which is unseen.
60 seconds.
Here's the problem the Titans are facing. It's like, what is their win condition? How do they win this realistically? And that's sort of where I'm struggling and coming up blank. Because you might be able to get a whole hook. Like, that's kind of what you're relying on, is the pulled pork. If you can get onto them, then that's fine. But because this is Hollywood, you've got to contend with this high ground nonsense. So, like, Hooreg might be able to do it here, and they might be able to win from this position. Because they've got the Reaper in. But if Hooreg left clicks now and then presses Q, I'm going to be livid. Why? It's literally throwing. It's literally throwing. Like, he spends all this time. All of this time. I need to restart the tuba. I've been playing the tuba too much. Like, all of this time sneaking around. Gets there. Has both cooldowns. Left clicks in. They deploy Immortality Field in response to him being there. And now he is stuck. There is no need to be stuck here. None at all. But nope, he's decided, you know what I'm gonna do? Lock out all my abilities at a time when I cannot kill anybody. Oh boy. Jesus Christ. Just... unbind Q. Unbind Q. Like, I get it. I get the excitement of like, oh my god, they're all there. And here's the thing about Reaproll, because Reaproll has some interesting mechanics about it, okay? It's not as clear-cut as you think. Like, originally when I saw Death Blossom, you think that Death Blossom would just be... I'm going to wait for him to press Q. Right? The way that you would think Death Blossom worked is that you got the Reaper here, and he does damage out to about here, right? As I draw a boob. And you think that he just deal 300 damage in this circle. Like, everything in this circle just takes 300 DPS. But that wouldn't work in Overwatch. That doesn't work because, well, let's say... oh, shit, I need to redo the circle. Let's say that there is a barrier across here, and you are here. Well, then you can't just take the 300 DPS in the circle. And the way that the clever sods at Blizzard figured this out and made this work is Reaper actually shoots projectiles. Okay? He doesn't actually just deal damage in a radius, he actually shoots projectiles while he's Death Blossoming. They might even actually just be hit scan outright. But basically what happens is a line is drawn between Reaper and whatever he's shooting at, and also he's going to be hitting the thing. So let's say in a hypothetical situation, instead of as they are right now, it's actually in a nice fan formation, the Washington Justice. Let's pretend the Washington Justice is like one's here, one's here, one's here. Well, what will happen is Reaper sort of goes, okay, I'm shooting now 3 projectiles at each of these every like tick of the Death Blossom. So it does a projectile for each. But because they're in the way of each other, this person will actually take 0 damage for a while. This person will take 900 damage. 900 DPS rather, for, as you can imagine, a very short time until they explode. This was used for a little while because what you'd have is you'd have a Reinhardt with a big barrier like this, and then you'd have like the entire team stood behind it, and if you Death Blossom in front of it, Reaper's doing, well, 6 times, well, if everyone's stood behind it, 6 times 300 DPS, which is oftentimes 1,800 DPS into a barrier, which kills the barrier in a second. So, like, what Death Blossom was being used for by some clever sods was, okay, what we'll do is we'll just blow Reinhardt barriers up with it. I think 200 DPS is quite a lot. Sorry, yes, it's 200 DPS. 300 is with Nano, I think. Oh no, it might be 300 DPS. Because I know there's an interaction with Transcendence where they just cancel. But that might actually be with Nano. But regardless, it's a lot of damage. But when everyone's spread out like this, then it's minimal DPS. So the Reaper change where the barrier damage is stacked actually makes it bad? No, it makes it very good. It makes it very good, but it makes it like a niche thing. And if, for example, Justice were badly clumped, and like, let's say Janus was here. Let's pick a color that contrasts. Janus was here, and then like he had like people like this. There's a chance that like whoever's here just explodes instantaneously, right? They just die immediately, and then this guy might die pretty quickly, and then Janus will eventually go down. So that might get value. But regardless, it's such like a risky thing to do to try and go for that kind of instantaneous kill when you could just left mouse button. The moment Reaper fires a shot here, Justice are in trouble. Like, Ark has to 100% throw the Immortality Field in response to the Reaper being here.
Let them out.
And Reaper Death Blossom does kill, as you can see very clearly, does kill the Immortality Field. But by the time he's done it, well, the Reaper's, well, yeah, you can see what he's looking at. You're stunned and you got all these nice people going, hey, hello. So yeah, Sansam just left clicks into him. That was your win condition, kind of. Like, getting Reaper into their team is a big deal for you. Oh, no, they might still do it, though. Whole Hog, still good. Let's get into first person so we can see what's happening. Diva Bomb should just clear some space. They got the Mei up there. Oh, God. This was the perfect demonstration of why I don't like Hanzo. Corey is one of the best players. Like, he's been playing phenomenally this entire time. And then he gets nano boosted, has a pretty clear line of fire on several targets. One. Miss. Miss. Miss, miss, miss. Hit. Miss, miss, miss. Hit. Hit on a barrier. I think he might have missed the Diva there. Does get the Mei, point blank. Does get the Reaper. It's just, it's so... it just doesn't feel... I hate that inconsistency. I hate it so much. It's just, I find it's, like, to me, it's just so unfun. Alright, how did you get this despite Hooreg, like, going full tuber? The really good Bongo, a good freeze onto Sansam, who like poked his nose out over the edge for no reason, so he's going to die. So I mean, they traded Hooreg for the Immortality Field, which got them that kill, so hey, Hooreg gave them value. Good pull. Diva just trading the mech out, okay. Axel contesting the high ground, that's very good. Got the Fortify out. Blizzard, like, it's like, doesn't look too bad for Justice at this point. There's the Immortality Field again. And rather than shoot the frozen targets, Corey is busy missing a Moira.
Cease your resistance.
So this feels like one of those moments where with a little bit more polish, a little bit more trust in the calls, and like this is why good calling is really important. Actually, was anyone caught in that freeze? It looks to me like the Diva is. Because it feels like, you know, Diva, 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 Diva. Like, Corey could annihilate Jijanu in like 2 seconds flat and probably get a free Dragon Strike out of it. Maybe even kill Hooreg here. But 2 DPS shooting 2 different targets, just not efficient enough. Everyone kind of survives, and then they, you know, you got a Reaper and a Mei on your DPS and supports. That, yeah, that's not going to go well. Almost though. Like, Washington still should feel pretty happy. 2 minutes 29 to defend Hollywood second. Sway from the Pro Zone and then 2 or so other Storm Arrows? Yeah. It drives me wild. And I'm sure like if they take the time they could probably land it, but it's just, it's more efficient for Hanzo to just spam them all out very quickly. Because then, like, it doesn't matter if you land 2 or 6 as long as you kill the target. So you might as well just spam them out because you've got so many that there's no punishment for missing. Same problem I have with McCree at the moment. There's no punishment for missing shots. So you might as well just fire and fire and fire and fire and fire. Hello? Hello, Poppet. It's good to see you again, love. This is a lot of ultimates. What the hell is happening? Lol, Sombra. Something's happening. I'm not sure what, but something is. I think Titans are going to slowly grind their way through this. Very slowly grind their way through. No. Oh. Oh. So this is why, you know, this is like GOATS 2.0, because Jesus Christ, what? Twilight got very lucky there. Good lord. And like at this point, it feels like it should be over. Like you're down 2. Sure, like Sombra isn't that useful in combat, but hey. Then they commit so hard. It's winnable. Winnable! Winnable! Like it's... yeah, it's 5-on-4. One side has ults, one side doesn't. But those ults are kind of avoidable, and Justice do a good job of just avoiding it for a little while. But they just can't convert. Corey, what's happening, son? He's backed off to get health. Oh. Oh god, it drives me wild. Like it takes him so long to get those last 2 kills that they just get run over. That's why that is why I'm not a Hanzo main. Like that is literally the exact reason why I don't like playing Hanzo.
60 seconds remaining.
It's fine for Justice though, because they're coming to the next fight with 5 ultimates. Hooreg doesn't have EMP yet either. They do have perfect scouting at least. Dragon Strike to get out.
I'm out of here.
Dragon Strike through the wall to get out as well. It's kind of cute.
60 seconds remaining.
Like they split the team. Very interesting. Surely Janus is going to die to that. Oh my god, he survives. There he goes, okay. But he's bought enough time for the rest of his team to get out. That's a sacrifice, but hey. Like, this is what overwhelming ultimate advantage looks like. He spent 4 of them and traded someone to get it done, but they got it done. And now Titans are pushed into a 1-fight scenario. On the bright side, even though it is a 1-fight scenario, Sombra has pretty much got EMP. It's always awkward with Sombra when you almost have your ult, because you don't want to, like, shoot and then ult, because it's too predictable. That's actually really nice positioning out of Justice. These 2 tanks should still die, though. Oh no! No, Hooreg! This is exactly what I mean with, like, coming out and shooting, and he positions himself exactly wrong for it. Oh no! Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh god. They scraped through that. Okay, why was I throwing a fit? Because in this scenario, it's like 97, 98. Okay. They're engaging, they're touching. Hooreg has to be the one to touch for some, like, not entirely sure why, but he gets picked to touch. Okay, fine. And they're starting a pretty good push. And the Halt spooks Hooreg enough to just translocate out. I wish they didn't have it so that Hooreg was the one that had to touch there. I guess it is the safest option. Like, this is difficult because this is something that's like easier to see in hindsight than it is otherwise. Where it's like, if Hooreg was... The thing is, Hooreg can't stand here either. Oh, the yellow doesn't show up. He can't stand like here because that's... You know, if Sansam hooks him and they lose the EMP, they can just lose the fight. So he wants to survive with the EMP, so he prioritizes survival, comes out here, and as a result, he can't EMP. Like, he doesn't feel confident enough to EMP because the car's in the way, and it's just awkward. Like, you want to be over here. So he plays it mega safe. And then the Halt goes through. And the thing is, like, you might be able to try and risk it in, like, that last split second, but honestly, it's too risky. Like, you can just die during the channel. Even if this isn't, like, the extra delayed Sombra. Actually, wait, no, is he still stealth? No, he's not. Okay. Like... You, in theory, could EMP here, but there's a good chance you just lose it. And yeah, once he takes that damage and you see the Halt, you just get out. So that's why he bounces. I'd much prefer it if, even if that person died, like, jumping on the point. I'd rather they try to set it up so Sombra is in a good position, and then the 2 EMP tanks, you can just blow them up. Like, there's no problem with that. Once that EMP goes off, Hog and Orisa are just dead. He still gets it off in time. Like, good job by Titans to survive and just endure. They clear the point and they make it. Hooreg stays on the Sombra. What was that, Sansam? Excuse me? Did he seriously hear the sound? I'm like hitting every button but the right one.
Always leave yourself a back door.
My ultimate is charging.
Holy shit. He's got his volume turned up, hasn't he? There we go, Hooreg. Okay, I was going to say, sure, you can't, Sombra.
Death comes.
Stealing high ground? Sure.
See through the dragons.
Yeah, I don't think Washington really care that much. That's a bit of a greedy position, but... Nope. Yeah, that's scary. Ooh, hot hook. And if you hook the Mei, she can't wall it off.
60 seconds.
Oh, yeah. It's such a tell. Like, I think the Mei wall is like the news area bubble. It is absolutely 100% the news area bubble. He does have ice block though, so he's being a greedy little so-and-so. And the moment he was halted, he should have pressed shift and he'd be fine. But no. And now... he dies by the time he gets pulled in. Do I think Sansam and Janice are underrated? No. Just because it's like... their record is not great. Janice he's okay, but he was never that great anyway, and Sansam I've not seen like be super impressive. They've been doing the job, right? It definitely feels like a lot of this is coming down to Stratus is actually, I think, like a lot of people are talking about Corey, but Stratus is doing a lot. Ark and Guido have been doing a lot as well. Guido's been actually, like, Ark people know he's good, right? But Guido has been like consistently landing these big anti-nades, and it's just been quietly sort of getting along. We haven't really seen too much of him, but he's He's had moments of value, shall we say, that hasn't quite manifested on Titans, for example. I'd say Janice and Sansom are playing capably at this point. That was just greedy by Haxel. I don't know why he didn't ice block any of that. That's more precious time gone. You gotta wait for Bumper to respawn. You're gonna have 20 seconds? Less than 20 seconds, maybe? The May was forward? Nope. Playing it safe, but hey, you got almost got a whole hog. You got a Blizzard. You got Baptiste ult. You got Nano Boost. Titans have Sound Barrier. Okay, they blocked that one. This Coalescence. They can afford to give them room, because hey, you know what you're dealing with. There's the freeze. Massive ultimate advantage again. Washington are just dictating this entire game to Titans. Swear Hooreg does a really good job. He's careful, guys. Hooreg almost has ultimate. He might actually be able to get it off here, because I think there's just Corey left. But if he presses Q now, he's gonna do it, isn't he? He's gonna Wraith form, run forward, press Q, and get slapped, or just get a headshot. I hadn't seen it. Hadn't seen it. Fucking called it. Called it. Like, holy shit, why? What is the obsession with this button? Why can't it's just be normal? Just shoot him. You don't need Death Blossom there. Oh god, it's so frustrating because it's so stupid. Okay, they C9'd. It's fine. Justice just kind of let him take it. Oh god. It was the fact that it was the instant he pressed Q and like started just charging forward through another barrier, by the way. Just worth pointing this out. You know, we've seen this happen before, though it was to Corey. Is Hooreg still alive? Yes, Hooreg is still alive. Now, hey, he survives the Halt hook because, rather just the hook, because that's Reaper. Tons of support, tons of healing, great damage. Oh god, these are the shots you want onto that Roadhog. Oh baby. Wraith form for a reload, full hit points, barrier in place. He thinks, yeah. And then why? Why? It's just... He could have literally stood there, held left mouse button, and that would be a dead Roadhog. Literally and completely safe. Like, there would be no way that Corey is going to like go up here and then contest him in that time. But no. I'm going to do something extremely risky that might kill the Roadhog. Ugh. And they get slightly lucky in that they fail to contest the point at the end. They get the Dragon Strike, don't quite get the contest. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's embarrassing. The fact that it's happened twice now. Does Death Blossom actually have higher DPS versus one target than normal fire? In my mind, no. Especially against a Roadhog. Not when your shots are landing full whack. Just wants one good Q. He's dabbing. Okay. Well, Titans are playing for a tie, and that's never a happy place. Justice just playing what they've been playing. Yeah, play for the Baptiste reset. Why not? Honestly, go feed Hooreg some ult. Just go feed Hooreg ult. Like, bait him to Death Blossom. I guarantee you're gonna win. This is kind of cool. Stratus and Corey have just completely taken the high ground. That's a really nice sleep as well. Very nice wall by Haxal to block that off. Stratus being greedy here, okay. Great shot by Corey. There's a Baptiste ult, they gotta get out of that. May gets pulled back in, but no one's shooting the wall. Baptiste ult goes wasted. Hooreg doesn't have ultimate, there's a chance it. Oh, Hanzo, Hanzo. Hashtag just Hanzo things. It's a bit of an unsatisfying end. And then Corey got 2 headshots and they won. There's one. There's 2. Any good reason why that happened? Break the barrier with Baptiste ult, but that's not going to matter. Sightline, sightline, sightline. Come out, there's the barrier. Barrier's broken, good barrier damage. Bumper. 3 seconds till barrier. Yeah, and there we go. So yeah, it's just good barrier damage. Meanwhile, it's gonna get slapped. Nope. I love Reaper. You can barely see them. How does he get those 2 connects? They are partially aimed. Like, he's not just lucky. He knows where to put his arrows to get value, but it's, in my mind, it's partially on Titans in terms of their positioning, but Justice do a good job of smashing this barrier. Like, they get the hide, they pull, and then they just sink all the DPS into the barrier. And once that's happened, Corey knows that he's got kind of nothing but open field. And because Hooreg's coming from spawn, like, he can just take these shots relatively safely. He might need it. Actually, he's not completely safe. I think he is in death range of the Mei. Yes, he is. So he might actually be able to die to the Mei shots, but that's sort of the only thing that can really kill him. And I don't think Haxal's looking at it. No, Haxal's busy trying to right-click into the sort of into this mess to try and build ult. So Corey just has free sight lines and is just firing at the squishies. A little bit of a flick. There gets 1, fires at the door, gets 2. That's how it be with Hanzo. Haxal decided to jump the other way. This could be very different. They'd have a blizzard. Titans could have got a point. Well, could have got a draw. That's Hanzo. I don't want to diminish the fact that Corey is very good, though. Like, Corey is... he plays a damn good Hanzo. But there are limits on what you can do. Oh, poor Hooreg. No wonder Spitfire got rid of him.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
He just needs to get, like, you're playing Reaper, like, go into controls. I don't think I can do it in the client, in this client. Maybe I can. No. Click this, the drop down that appears up here. Go to Reaper and just, like, remove the ultimate. Boom! Suddenly Reaper is 30% more effective.
See through the Titan's eyes.
Okay. Titan's changing things up, bringing Twilight out on the Zen. This is a high barrier damage comp. Like, this is all barrier damage into all barrier damage. Longer sight lines, suppose it makes sense for the Zen. Transcendence gives you a little bit of extra safety. This is all going to come down to picks, to Hanzos, to a little bit of flanking, which it looks like Stratus was doing. And Stratus, it worked. It really worked. Like, it's weird to think that the Hanzo is not the one flanking here. The Mei is the one flanking. Stratus is the one sort of... I guess Corey's kind of nearby. That's a very dead bumper. Oh, almost. Hey, they got him. Like, that was a lot of work out of Stratus. Like, contrast Stratus to Haxal. It's just, it's weird to me to think, like, the Mei is the flanker. But with the Mei being so powerful, it makes a lot of sense. And notice he's not, like, looking for picks here, he's just looking for damage. Like, this is something you do as Zen a lot, where you can have, like, situations just like this one. Right? There's a couple of good moments. Right? He's not looking... Take this exact second, right? Take this freeze frame. You have 4 targets, technically. You've got Hooreg. He's like this little boy here. You've got Janu, who's this blob over here. You've got Bumper, who's like this thing here. And then you have like Haxal, who's this little line here. He is not interested at all in trying to shoot Hooreg or Haxal. Does not care about shooting those. He is just aiming, send him out on Janu or Bumper. That's all he's doing. Because he knows that if he can get this ultimate nice and quickly, that gives them a huge volume of power. Not interested in looking at the squishies, right? Where, you know, if you were playing Widow or Hanzo, you'd be trying to shoot the squishies. Just getting ult charge, all ult charge. Zenyatas do the exact same thing when you're trying to like shoot into a group. You'll generally pick the biggest, meatiest target, discord it, and shoot it. Get your Transcendence nice and fast because it's so powerful. Exactly the same logic here. Nice and cool. And then Bumper is just completely isolated. They try and get an immortality field, but the gesture is appreciated. And hey, now it's Corey's turn. And now they're just going to take all the ground. Just take all the space. Oh, no. Eat it all up. Take it all. Oh, sorry. I hit the microphone. I hit you. Whoop! Dragon Strike and halts. But hey, Guido just nails Twilight somehow. It's like, you know, I want to figure out how he's done this, and then he's just jumping on the payload. It's like, wait, what? 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 No. Gah? What? What the hell is this? What the hell happened here? Twilight? Excuse, freaking squeeze me. Okay, this demands, this tuba is not good enough for this. We're going, oh boy. There's only one piece of music that can justify, that can explain this phenomenon. How? He just gets stuck! He can't cross the street! Someone help him across the street! He's frail. He's a monk. He's from Tibet. He doesn't know. He's considering. Oh, I could nail Corey here. A dead fire. Oh, God. Beautiful. Ah, I love it. I love it so much. Like, Corey ran forward and he just thought, I'm not going to risk crossing the street. I can't run out in front of this Hanzo, I'm going to die. Oh yeah, I would have totally gone for Corey. Like, imagine if you killed him as well. And C9. Oh no, oh no, Titans. You're better than this. You are better than this, Titans. You are so much better than that. I feel dirt. I need to wash. Ugh. Like that wasn't even close to when the payload was. Ugh. Haxel, are you swapping? That's just, that one's unfortunate. Like, I get it. That's a bit unfortunate.
The checkpoint.
And he literally ults the same. Like, no one's contesting the payload here, mate. Because he was like, the only explanation is he's rushing to get it out as fast as he can. He thinks that someone's contesting, but no one is because the dragon split them off. And as a result, just throws it out. There's no contest, and it just does nothing. You hate to see it. It's just ugly. Stratus is nailing this. Oh my... Have they done what I think they've done? Yes, they have. They've literally taken the entire brewery. Like, they've just... Yeah, you aren't getting back in, friends. They have Corey on one angle, Stratus on the other, Baptiste ult to shoot down the barrier and the immortality field. Sure, they've got Guido sniping it. Yeah. They have set this up so well. This isn't going to work, is it? Like... Okay. Join me in the theatre of the mind, where we can draw in the walls, because it's like here, and here, and there's a door there, and then you have like this bit, and this bit, and then there's like the stairsy bit over here, right? You know what it looks like, right? Because they've got such a good coverage of this, where they have sight lines in here, they've got a flank in here, everything feels pretty safe to me. Like, nothing feels overly threatened, especially once Hooreg is dead on that Hanzo. Completely surrounded. The only person who should feel worried is this Roadhog who's just sort of run off on his own and might get frozen. But it looks like the Mei wall just literally has dropped, so won't get frozen. That is beautiful. Like, you're not pushing through that. I think they're starting on third point. They're starting on third point already. It's a distillery, not a brewery. Oh, fine. True. They make gin. Is it gin? Yeah, they make dried gin.
Into the iris.
Oh my... Did you see Twilight peace out? Did you see Twilight just go, yeah, I've done enough for this team. I've given enough. I'm just out. Boys, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to be part of this anymore. This is embarrassing, guys. I could take you so far. I'm saving you. It's all good. You're fine. Oh, I gotta get... I'm out, lads. Right, bye. Yep. Done. Later. See ya. I'm gone. Gonna go to the beach. Try and meet some of those lovely Cuban ladies. Oh dear. There was nothing he could do. Once that blizzard lands, it's just done. The Mei wall is perfect. The blizzard is superb. You can't be in this situation contesting the point against a blizzard. Like, that blizzard is so good. It is so powerful for this very reason. Justice have 5 ultimates as well. Like, the ultimate economy is just ridiculously high in their favor. They've used whole hog. Sansom didn't even need to, but he decided to. Oh. Oh boy. Titans do not look comfortable.
Supercharger is ready to
And yet Justice have, you know, they're ready to finish the map. Like, they've taken all the ground. They've just stolen everything. Ark almost has another ult as well, so they're going to be able to do a Baptiste break. What's Hooreg up to? What's our boy Hooreg doing? He is kind of just shooting from the rest of the team. They have Bongo, they don't have Baptiste ult yet. They do get a Halt Hook, but this is kind of dead terrain. Like, unless they can push them all the way off it, that will be quite nice. Difficult, but nice. Oh! These ults. Like, these flanks from Stratus. Oh my god! Justice won that fight. All because Stratus flanks. All because they're playing, like, yeah, Hooreg stole, not Hooreg. Hooreg stealing all our attention. Corey stole all the limelight, but, oh, there we go. If you don't stop Stratus doing this, he is just going to have ults for days. Oh, I love this so much, because this is what, like, tilts me in Mei versus Mei. In my head, I know that if I land, like, a couple of headshots, I can kill the enemy Mei faster than she can kill me with a freeze and then headshot. And I love Stratus' confidence here, where Haxel is trying to freeze him. And so, but Stratus just goes for the headshots and puts a ton of damage into him. That scares him off. He doesn't like try and enter into a freeze race. He just goes for the right clicks. Gets this massive blizzard. And that sets Corey up. Stratus, like, they're playing so well around Stratus. And Stratus is getting away with, like, absolute murder, it feels like.
I have taken the payload.
What's weird to me is if I think Titans played a Widowmaker, I don't think Stratus can do this anymore. But because they're playing the Hanzo, it feels like they can do this. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but Mei can actually take a Hanzo headshot. Because it's 120 times 2, which is 200, oftentimes 240 damage. No? Am I undervaluing Hanzo's DPS? Or damage? Do I have that number wrong? It's 125 per arrow. I thought it was 120. $125, okay. Well, there you go. Shows what I know. But even there, like, I think if they played a Widow, you can't have Stratus doing those flanks, because the Widow just headshots him. Like, he has to play way more carefully. Unless the Widow is contested. Oh! That one might have been a bit eager. Ark. I mean, being fair, Baptiste ult comes up so goddamn fast. Oh my god, wait, what? Most of the Titans are dead. It's a fantastic blizzard though, like surely. Oh my god, that wall from Stratus. Janus survives, Corey lives somehow. Stratus just pulled them completely out of the fire and is now contesting the tanks. Stratus is, like, galaxy brain. Like, it's perfect. It is literally perfect. He knows exactly what to do. That is so difficult to do. Like, can you imagine the Justice comms at this point? Like, they've almost closed out the map against the Titans, and they're... This is like the unthinkable upset. And yet Stratus is still making very intelligent, clever, solid decisions at really intense moments. That is exactly what I was talking about with the Widowmaker. Once the Widowmaker comes out, you can't piss around with positioning anymore because, well, you can't dodge a headshot. You can, however, run a Baptiste into her face and then she dies in a really embarrassing way. Does Baptiste have a line for killing Widowmaker? I imagine he does. Although Baptiste might have already left by the time Widow joined.
That's better.
I'm trying to think of my lore, my timelines. I think he might have already left by the time Widow was out. No, he might not have. Yeah, no, he must have, because he left. No, wait. Because Widowmaker was active at just around the fall of Overwatch because she killed Gerard, and that was sort of one of the things helping lead to the fall. Baptiste joined Talon because Overwatch didn't exist, so yeah, he must have. So Widowmaker must have been active. Because Widowmaker was active before the fall of Overwatch. Like, her blowing half of Anna's face off is sort of part of that, and killing Gerard and putting some of their top agents down. It's kind of a big deal. Always has a timeline? I know. It's a nightmare to try and keep track of it. You need a big brain like mine, chat, to be able to even try and comprehend 1/10 of Michael Tu's genius magnum opus. Oh, come on, Hooreg. Calm down, son. Yeah, the Mei can't piss around anymore. Like, Stratus is way more confined. Am he still on high speed? No, he's just very twitchy. Landing the shots. I remember Sty telling me once that like all Hooreg ever does is play headshot arenas. Alas, can't really outshoot the hands at close range. I hope Blizzard over time. You'd think that they'd just like have a very solid like outline, like you'd have some sort of master document that kind of outlines everything of how it works and how it's all put together, and like some long-term arcing plans and stuff like that, and maybe even like a wiki or like a Bible, a document that is just like, this is the Overwatch lore Bible. These are the things that are 100% certified, and like we know these for sure, and this is how this works. But what worries me is like with WoW, for example, they only really did that recently. Like within the last couple of years, WoW got one of those. So it feels like half of Overwatch was in Chris Metzen's head, and then Michael Chu sort of tried to build on top of it, and then Chris Metzen left, and now it's just who the hell knows. Shuffles for fun every once in a while. Oh my god. We got a new hero. Got 2 new heroes. So yeah, so double sniper. So this is the Shanghai Dragon strat. This is the Shanghai strategy. So the idea here is you basically create like an overlap of sightlines. You have the Widowmaker threatened down main. Then you have this pharmacy that you can't really contest very easily because you can only like stand here and here, and if you stand here, Widowmaker blows your head off. So you can't really like go through this route because the Pharah is looking over there, she's looking over here. Widowmaker's shooting you from here. How do you deal with this? And it's sort of like, it's a big question of like, what do you do? And you can see Hooreg's like trying to get the angle. Go for a jump shot, son. There you go. Oh, almost. To me, that is like the only. And the thing is, you've got to kill the Mercy. So every single time he gets hooked, he's got to jump and try and hit Mercy. Look at all the. Doesn't get it. Because if you don't get rid of this, you can't push anywhere. You can't do anything anymore. There she is. There she goes. Oh god, this is so obnoxious. Okay, they've gone pharmacy of their own. Meet you in the skies. Yeah, no, you can't leave it alone. Oh, look at that. Oh my god! You made a tactical error. And now that 1 DPS is down yet. Oh, you might have gone a bit. Got a bit split there. Like, as long as he respects Hooreg a little bit. What do you do?
No one can hide from my sight.
It feels like Farah should not be able to fly above your spawn like this. Oh! Arc's low. There we go. Okay. And then they they just double killed it. Mercy. Oh no. Oh no. Perfect. Nano Diva holding down the point. They cannot let Stratus reset. They cannot let Stratus get back there. Oh no! Titans need to hold this momentum. That's a good thing Bumper got that bump. Pull down so they can get that res. Okay. He's getting rid of the ultimate so he's not tempted to use it. No, he's just, yeah, I think he just expected like an engage to come around the corner. Like, if anything ran around the corner, then it would die, but... yeah, sure. Being on, like, whatever. I don't think it was a fat finger. I think it was just... I'm going to throw it out now. If it gets something, it gets something. If it doesn't, it doesn't. He's not going to be able to use Barrage in combat anyway. Like, he's playing into Widow Pharmacy. He barrages and does it even slightly wrong. He dies due to 2 people who will be able to blow his head off. Like, it's not good. Well, lucky that Hooreg isn't playing Farah though, because you know Hooreg would go for the big barrages. You just know he'd go for it. We have a Doomfist on. Okay. It's a choice. Sure. Oh, God, that's... oh. This is better than pornography for me. Because much like pornography, it shows me something that I will never see, which is actually hitting a Doomfist with a sleep dart as he engages. Or, in porn's case, sex. Right. Let me see it. Oh my god, it's brilliant. That was... oh, mwah, perfect. It's not even that he hits him like straight on. No, he turns and catches him. Dodges the bomb. Comes back out. Antis the Doomfist. Doomfist doesn't give a shit. Flies off into the sunset. Gets healed back and then comes and kills him again in about 2 seconds time, I reckon. Still... It's still good to see. Okay, Doomfist died. That makes me happy. That makes me very happy. Hey, we got a barrage for the kill as well. My voice is going. Good lord. And Justice are winning the map and series. So, big takeaways from this series, assuming nothing dramatic happens. It doesn't look like it's going to. But, hey, you never know. Big takeaways from the series. Stratus played like a monster. Stratus was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Doesn't Forcing Barrage force the hold of Matrix Sleep Dart, though? Not really. Like, Barrage is mostly used in pro-level games to... you literally, like, drop it into a Winston's face. Or you drop it into someone's face and you blow them up as fast as you can. Generally, you can't quite react to that, and so... It's a little bit tricky. Also, Sleep Dart Sleep Dart is always going to be a situational thing. Like, Twilight will hold it as much as he can for a lot of things. I imagine he used it here because he's close, so he even catches it. But Sleep Dart you're generally holding anyway, and like, what's he going to use it on aside from... He might get the D.Va with it, if the D.Va goes particularly aggressive, but other than that, he's just holding it anyway, most of the time, I imagine. Might try and throw one, like a quick and dirty one at Sansa or Janice. But yeah, like this, I think this ult here is like a textbook Pharah ulti. Like, tank is out of position on his own. You don't want to mess around with it. That's what most pro-level barrages end up looking like. Sometimes it's done more on the enemy team, and you'll just trade the Pharah out for 1 or 2 kills, but... I don't think holding the barrage... Like, I don't think they know that Stratus is not going to all-in with the barrage here, especially with the advantage they've got. Anyway, yeah. Stratus... Absolute legend. Corey seems to be Corey is solid mechanically. He's a good player. He's a damn fine DPS. Got some really good picks, really clutch moments, really clutch kills. Stratus, he's got the big brain on him. Yeah, you let Stratus play around Stratus and play around his shot calling. If he is shot calling, if he's not shot calling, let him shot call. Let him dictate play because that guy's got a brain on him. He was phenomenally good. I think Ark and Guido, yeah, there's nothing wrong with their play, but this was the Stratus show to me. Hooreg needs to stop pressing Q with Reaper, for the love of Christ. Titans just looked sloppy. Like, they started out playing something kind of, not really unorthodox, but just dated and old-fashioned, got burned for it, and then just looked a little bit worse at the meta than Justice did. I imagine with Titans... What I suspect with Titans is this is a very humiliating kick up the arse, and they are going to come back very strong. But I'm very curious to see how Justice do this week, and I hope they do well. Thank you so much for joining me, those of you who did. That's going to be it from me tonight, because, hey, my voice is going. This has been a blast, though. This was one hell of a good series to review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I saw a lot of new faces, and some old faces returning as well, so it's good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. And yeah, it was my absolute pleasure. Thank you so much to those of you who supported the stream. I'll get your names up in a second, just while this loads. So thank you so much to Baba Ganoush, Fontea, Gohan, and Springal for the 5 subs gifted. That is hugely appreciated. Komorowski and Exod Master as well, earlier on in the day. And Eric's Gaming 77, also apparently earlier on today. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, it's been my absolute pleasure. And I'll see you next time. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock. We'll probably do some coaching the many. Should be good.